discouraged. Now, when you look at the Greek, the word provoke simply means to enrage or to anger. So what Paul is saying is don't frustrate them by being overbearing. Somebody say overbearing. The problem with men is sometimes when we start developing our manhood and understand our place, we become dictators and we try to rule through a dictatorship rather than leading through love. And so the problem here is when you become that overbearing, there is a chance that you're going to break the spirit of the child, and instead of developing them, you actually demean them. Watch this. This does not mean that you give your children a license to do what they want to do. But the reality is, if you want them to respect you, you got to learn how to respect them. This is not an endorsement for unruly children, but this is an endorsement for a greater level of understanding. Please don't miss this. Fathers, we've got to learn how to extend latitude to our children. We can't overshadow them. We've got to let them become who they've been called to be. You can't live vicariously through your children because you wanted to be a doctor and you got pregnant too early and you had to drop out of school. Now you want to make them be a doctor. Let them find their own identity. Remember, I was trying to make celebrity preach. Girl, you gonna preach. I don't know, you just gonna preach, you gonna preach. Well, but you want to preach and listen to Wayne. He'll preach, you just preach. And the more I pushed her, the further she was driven away from church. But the moment I took my hands off and let her find her identity, now she's faithful and now she loves God because of who He is, as opposed to the God her daddy talks about. Sometimes you've got to give them latitude.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I remember going to church every day when I was growing up, and the last thing I wanted to hear about was church when I got old. I wanted to be anything but a preacher. But thank God they made me go because I'm a preacher now. Here's what we've got to do. Please don't miss this. You got to inspect what you expect. Somebody say inspect what you expect. Here's what I mean by this. Sometimes you got to violate their space.
That's right.
Don't let doors be closed in your house and you be prohibited from entering in. That's how teenage pregnancies occur. And I promise you, ain't no doors going to be closed in my house like that, because I know what I was doing with closed doors in somebody else's door. You ain't talking. Sometimes you got to check the Facebook page, because you got a saint in front of you and you got a ratchet chick on Facebook. Sometimes you got to check the phone. They're sexting as well as texting obscene things to each other, and many times they are causing the reputation of the parents and the household to be diminished because of their wayward actions that they commit behind your back.
That's right. That's right.
Check their friends. Find out if they're going to Sue. What's Sue's mama name? And what's her phone number? My mama didn't play that. When I was going, I had to call her when I got there, and I need to talk to Sue. What's this? Not only should you inspect what you expect, but you got to incentively encourage. Which means sometimes you got to barter with them and let them know, if you do this, I'll do that for you. But let them know that responsibility brings reward, but you got to have the responsibility first. And then you got to increasingly extend, which means the more trust they earn, the more trust you give them. But you cannot be overbearing, and then you cannot be overindulgent. Can I tell you what God told me to tell you? He said sometimes in an attempt to give children the stuff we don't have, we rob them of the stuff we did have.
That's right.
You know what that means? That simply means this. That means sometimes you can't give them everything they want.
That's right.
I was like J. Anthony Brown. That's how my mama was, his mama. We got store instructions before we went in the store. Don't ask me for nothing. You ain't gonna get nothing. I ain't got no money, and don't you get no food. I was like, just stay in the car. Well, I want to go in the store for it. Can't get nothing. Listen. Sometimes in an attempt to do that, we rob them of the discipline, of the dutifulness, and of the drive that made us the kind of productive citizens that we are in society today. Because we got children now who rather sleep all day than to get up and have the responsibility than enjoy the rest of the day. One thing we understood, you weren't going outside till the room was clean. So we got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and cleaned the room, because Pat, we had to go to Montana. We had to hook up at Cookie House and go buy $2 worth of penny cookies and play dominoes all day long. You know what I'm talking about? So we had an agenda, and we made sure we handled business. now our children are so trifling, lacking of responsibility, until they got the nerve to argue with you about washing dishes in their house that they use, your house that they use to cook the food that you bought. Something's wrong with that.